Hi, everyone. Sean Gilliam here with Location Real Estate. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another episode of Real Estate on the Front Range. And this episode, we're going to be taking a look at the monthly market update for the month of March. And we'll take a look at the latest figures for Boulder, Larimer, and Weld Counties just to see how the housing market is trending, especially as we get here into the spring. And then also, before we even get into that, I want to take a look at mortgage interest rates, just to give you an idea of where those are at. They have gone up. And what is the implication for you as a buyer? So I have some helpful thoughts, some advice on what you should do, and just to give you some perspective. So let's go ahead and take a look at how the mortgage rates have trended. We'll start out with data here all the way back to the 1970s, just to see how mortgage rates have trended. In the 1970s, the average mortgage rate for a 30-year fixed rate mortgage, and that's the same for all these figures here, was 8.86%. And then in the 1980s, the average jumped up to about 12.7%. And then we get into the 1990s, it was lower again, about 8.12%. And then in the 2000s, we saw 6.25% as the average mortgage interest rate for 30-year fixed conventional loans. And then in the 2010s and to about now, we've seen an average of about 4.09%. Current rate right now is about 4.16%. At least according to Freddie Mac, when I looked at Mortgage News Daily, a helpful site that gives you daily updates on what the rates are doing, it was 4.95%. So they have gone up significantly, and that's just an indication of what is happening overall in the world economy. The Fed is going to be raising rates, and so that will also have an impact on mortgage rates as well. But let's go ahead and then jump over to what the rates have done in the last 4 years, just to put things in perspective. In 2018, the average 30-year fixed rate was 4.54%. In 2019, it dropped down to 3.94%. In 2020, we were at 3.11%. And currently, it's, like I said, at 4.16%. And that varies on a day-to-day basis. And of course, that varies depending on what your qualifications are, how much money you're putting down. Those are all factors that will determine what your interest rate is. So this is an average, it's an estimate. It's not necessarily what you will get. In fact, you might be able to fare better when you go to apply for a mortgage. So with these rates going up, just historically, we can see a couple of helpful things. Mortgage rates are rising, as I mentioned. And with that, home prices are rising. Some people were thinking that if mortgage rates go up, that home prices will decrease. That won't be the case. What we'll see is a slowdown in price appreciation. So home values won't go down. You won't lose the value in the home you own now. It's just that the price appreciation is going to slow in the next coming year, in the next coming several years. So which will be helpful for buyers. It makes it a little easier to attain a home, especially as mortgage rates are going up. I will say that refinances have gone down just because the rates have gone up. But there hasn't been a significant change in the number of applications for new home loans. So buyers are still out there buying homes. They're still getting mortgages and accommodating those higher interest rates, which again, historically are lower than what we saw in those figures even in the last 50 years. So, and then when we look at historically, home prices haven't dropped when mortgage rates were increasing. And so that is just a trend that we see based on the data. So my advice to you is when you find a home to buy, purchasing it before it costs more to do so may be the best affordable option or the most affordable option. So rather than waiting for home values to increase and your purchasing power to decrease as those rates go up, it's better to make a move now if you're able to do so. So that's my advice, and that's just kind of putting some things in perspective on mortgage interest rates. But let's go ahead and jump over to the data. Get this out of the way. For Boulder County, again, not much has changed in recent months. We still see the same data, not a significant amount of new listings. This is compared to February of 2021, and looking in the center column and the percent change over here. So new listings are down 12%. Pending sales and closed sales are down a good amount. And then the days on market until sale, this is a good indicator to tell us how fast homes are selling. And it has been typically true that if you list a home sometime mid to the late week and then ask for all offers to be due by Sunday or Monday, then you will at least get one or several offers to compete with. and to compare with your seller. And so homes are going under contract fairly quickly. As such, there's because of that low inventory, as we'll see here below, the median sales price is up 32.6% from last year at this time in Boulder County. So it's at $865,000. And then the average sales price for a home in Boulder County, not Boulder, but Boulder County, all told, is up 26.5% at $1,115,557. So the average sales price is pretty high here for all of Boulder County. Percent of list price received, that's up 4.6% from last year at this time. So on average, homes are selling at 106% of their original list price, or 6% over the original list price. Inventory of homes for sale is down 47.2%. So there were 105 homes, single-family homes on the market in Boulder County for the month of February, and that's down from 199. And as such, the month supply of inventory is down 50%, so 0.3 month supply of inventory. So very low inventory, and that explains the percent of list price received being at 106%, and the average sales price and the median sales price significantly increasing from last year at this time. Similarly, we look at Larimer County. New listings, pending sales, and closed sales are down. Days on market until sale, again, that just reflects that homes are going under contract fairly quickly. The median sales price in Larimer County is $576,000, and that's up almost 25% from last year at this time. The average sales price is at $665,000, almost $666,000, which is up 26.7% from last year at this time. And on average, homes are selling at 102.4% of their original list price, or 2.4% above that original list price. And that, again, is just an indication of strong buyer demand out there, paired with low supply, as we can see right here. Inventory of homes for sale is down 43.6%. So there were 197 homes on the market for the month of February in all of Larimer County, and that's down. Last year in February of 2021, there were 349 homes on the market, so a significant decrease. And then related to that is that month supply of inventory. That's at 0.4 month supply of inventory compared to when it was 0.6 back in February of 2021. So we're down in that figure 33.3% from last year. And then jumping over here to Weld County. Again, similar decrease in new listings, pending sales, and closed sales. Days on market until sale is 41, and that's down 21.2% compared to last February, when it was 52 days from the time a home got listed until it closed. And then the median sales price in Weld County was $485,000. That's up 21.4% from last year at this time. And the average sales price in Weld County was $516,000, over 17.1% above from what it was last year at this time. Homes on average are selling at 101.6% of the original list price, and that's just up over 1%. Not a huge difference, but again, it's just an indication that there's buyer pressure even out in Weld County. As large of a county as that is, there's a lot of competition out there. Inventory of homes for sale in Weld County was down 37%. There were 274 homes for the month of February that were on the market, compared to 435 in February of 2021. The month supply of inventory is 0.4 month supply of inventory. That's down 42.9% compared to last year, when we had 0.7 month supply of inventory. So again, as you can see here, looking at these figures, low supply and high demand. And as I mentioned before, we have seen, sometimes it feels like every weekend the market changes. It just depends on which buyers are out there and what they're looking for and what they're willing to pay for a home. Sometimes we see homes sit on the market a little bit longer, but then the next weekend, everybody goes after it. There's just little nuances in the market that we can see. If a home's a little closer to a noisier road, that can be a negative impact, or have a negative impact on its saleability. And so buyers are pushing back. If things aren't quite ideal, they're not willing to pay that much money. Although I will say, if you're a seller and you're going to put your home on the market, you're better off pricing it slightly lower than the most recent comps, because buyers will come and pay more money if you lower that price of your home just a little bit, because the psychology of it, I guess, they feel like they're getting a deal and they're willing to put more money down. If you price it at market value or a little higher, you might get stuck and have to sit there and do a price reduction. I have seen an increase in price reductions on the market as I look at new listings and updates on a daily basis. So buyers are pushing back. So price it wisely if you're a seller. If you're a buyer, make sure that you're pre-approved if you have to finance. And if you can get through underwriting too, that just makes your offer look that much stronger. And be prepared to, if you're able to, put more money down and do your due diligence, see what the comps are and see what you're willing to pay so that you're confident moving forward and writing those offers. So I hope that's helpful. If you have any questions about any of the data, what the market trend will likely look like here as we get into the rest of 2022, I'd be glad to talk with you, answer any questions you have. If you're looking to sell your home and you want to get an idea of what it might sell for or the comps in your specific neighborhood, get in touch. I'd be glad to put a report together for you free of charge so that you can get an idea of what your home can sell for. And of course, as I mentioned, for buyers, glad to help you out as well. It's a difficult market, just to be upfront, but it's not impossible. So if you're a strong buyer and you get pre-approved and work with a good local lender, that can really help your chances as far as getting your offer accepted. So I look forward to talking to you soon. Feel free to get in touch if you need anything.